a new coach on a new team, a new venue for the All-Stars, a new rule, and new Hall of Famers. All that and more as it's time for a brand new season of ECHL Week. Hi, welcome to another edition of ECHL Week. This show starts our 7th season of coverage of the Premier AA Hockey League. I'm Barry Schickling. We're inside the locker room of the Toledo Walleye here at the Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio, and we have lots of great stuff lined up for you all season long. Let's get started. Okay, here's the deal. We got 27 teams in the ECHL this season. Of those teams from last year, we've got 9 new head coaches. And as the course of the season goes on ECHL Week, we're going to talk to all of them. But today in particular, we're going to talk to one, and his name is Ryan Clough with one of the new teams in the league, the Newfoundland Growlers. Clough, who played more than 500 NHL games and recorded more than 300 points, is making his first foray into head coaching with the expansion Growlers. The Newfoundland native spent the last 2 seasons as an assistant coach with the NHL's New Jersey Devils. He's been pleased with the start of the season, especially considering the Growlers are leading the ECHL in points.
You know, a big part of this league and part of my job is a development portion of it. So, you know, we've got a young team. So I think, you know, early on we've been able to have a little bit of success as a team, as well as a lot of those young guys are put in important situations, so they're getting an opportunity to develop, and that's what it's all about. But it's been a really good experience so far. You know, I think as a team we have an identity and that we want to play to, and guys, you know, most of the guys we have here fit that identity. And there's guys that, you know, we've had a little bit injury trouble on the back end, but up front we've had some depth there, so we've had guys in and out of the lineup. And you know, Marcus Power has been a good player for us early on. The guys have been, it's been a good as far as consistency throughout the lineup, I think, especially, you know, 5-on-5. Our special teams got to get a little better, but 5-on-5 our guys have been really good.
Clough, who spent most of his pro playing career with the San Jose Sharks, has had to exhibit some patience in his first ECHL campaign.
You know, it's hockey, so you get, you know, at this level it's just a little bit, as far as teaching wise, you know, it takes a little timer for the guys to pick some things up and translate into games, and you just got to stay on them. So from our situation, we've had a lot of these guys in the Leafs camp and the rookie tournament and Marley's camp, so they got a good foundation under their belt, and it's helped us as far as the transition.
Clough's pleased with the team's early results, the Growlers' relationship with the NHL Maple Leafs and AHL Marlies, and that he took this job.
I haven't regretted it for a minute. I mean, you know, I was able to get to training camp and be around some of the real good coaches, Mike Babcock, Sheldon Keefe, their staffs. Really, you know, learn a lot in that department. And you know, as far as the development side, they've really been great as far as having the development team come work with us as well. And they're really hands-on. It's been everything we thought it would be, and they value you know, our team and the players and the organization. So it's been great.
We catch up on lots of news from around the league when ECHL Week continues.
I'm Ryan T-Sink of the Tulsa Oilers, and you're watching ECHL Week.
We're here in Toledo at the Swamp Shop, where there's a lot of buzz about the All-Star event coming here in January. Here's one of the sweaters that the guys will be wearing during the All-Star event. Pretty good looking. Let's take a look now at news from around the ECHL. The Wichita Thunder will host the 2020 ECHL All-Star Classic. The event will include the induction ceremony of the 13th class of the ECHL Hall of Fame, as well as a fan fest on the day before the All-Stars take the ice. Wichita will be the first of the former Central Hockey League teams, which joined the ECHL prior to the 2014-15 season, to host an all-star event. Visit Wichita, which markets the greater Wichita area as a convention and tourism destination, will act as a co-sponsor. Kansas City Mavericks president and general manager Brent Thiessen has signed an extension deal to remain with the team through the 2021-22 season. I take great pride in the fact that Kansas City is a premier place to play and work within the ECHL, said Thiessen. We look forward to competing on the ice, continuing to grow hockey throughout the region, and providing a first-class experience for our fans. Thiessen has run the Mavericks show during their entire existence since 2009, including all 5 seasons the team has competed in the ECHL. Checking on a few news items that have happened since the end of last season, the ECHL has instituted a pilot program for video replay of goals. As part of the program for this regular season, 4 arenas have instant replay available for games, those in Boise, Idaho, Kalamazoo, Toledo, and Worcester. At the referee's discretion, 4 circumstances are eligible for instant replay by using overhead cameras on each of the goal nets. After collecting data from this program, the league will make decisions about if and how to implement video review on a league-wide basis. When Atlanta defeated the Norfolk Admirals in mid-November, it marked the 481st ECHL win for Gladiators head coach Jeff Pyle. It allowed him to pass ECHL Hall of Famer John Brophy and move into 3rd place all-time for coaching victories. Through 14 seasons, the Minnesota native has earned wins with Mobile, Evansville, and the Gladiators. Next on the all-time list for Pyle, another Hall of Famer, John Marks, whom Pyle should pass in 2019. Pyle's already number 3 on the game's coached list. Current Jacksonville coach Jason Christie is the only man in league history who has coached more than 500 victories. Speaking of all-time records, Jacksonville captain Garrett Hunt became the ECHL's all-time penalty minute leader earlier this season. Hunt, who first joined the league in 2008, has also played in Stockton and Alaska. He passed ECHL Hall of Famer Cam Brown to ascend to the top spot in penalty box time. He's closing in on being the first player in the league to accrue 2,500 penalty minutes. Jim Birmingham, Alex Hicks, Rick Judson, and Brian McKenna will be inducted as the 12th class of the ECHL Hall of Fame in January. Birmingham played 9 years in the league, appearing in 500 games with 5 teams, including Toledo and Wheeling. He ranks 10th in ECHL history in points, 11th in assists, and tied for 15th in goals. Hicks began his pro career in the ECHL with the Toledo Storm in 1992 and recorded 140 points in 112 games over 2 seasons. He made his NHL debut with Anaheim in 1995 and posted 79 points in 258 career NHL games with the Ducks, Pittsburgh, San Jose, and Florida. Judson stands 21st in ECHL history in goals and 31st in points in 525 career games with Toledo and Greenville over 11 seasons from 1991 to 2006. Brian McKenna is the longest-serving commissioner in ECHL history, holding the role for 16 seasons. During his tenure, the ECHL became the only AA league in hockey through absorbing members of the former West Coast and Central Hockey Leagues. In his first season as commissioner, the ECHL changed its focus to become the primary developmental league for the NHL and AHL. Since that time, 452 players have gone on to play in the NHL after playing in the ECHL. We'll hear from all the new Hall of Famers after their official induction during the ECHL Week show, which debuts on February 1st. A South Division tussle is our highlight game. Straight ahead on ECHL Week.
Let me tell you about Pete, who always wanted to play pro hockey. Pete played since he was 3 and begged his mom to let him stay on the ice. Pete practiced and practiced until one day, when he was 37, Pete realized he just wasn't that good, so he threw his skates in the trash. But then again, Pete did switch to Geico, which saved him a bunch of money. So it all worked out.
Hi, I'm Terrence Wallen of the Maine Mariners, and you can tweet at me at @twallen_10.
ECHL Week brings back its highlight game of the week. Hope you enjoy it.
Now taking all the way down. It's a breakaway for Brandon Truk, and he's stopped by Miller. The rebound is in. Truk gives Atlanta a 1-0 lead. Truk's initial shot was stopped by Milner, but it got through his legs. Tanner Pond had two Stingrays run into each other, and now a chance in front, and they score. Pond was allowed to walk through and find Flagel right in deep in the slot. Good cycle here for the Rays. Fioretti to Backer. Shot, deflection. Now Polkamp. He scores! Unleash the Teddy Bears! One-on-one with Leach. Leach trying to knock it away. A centering look. Lane threw it to the side of the net, and it's in.
Net, yeah.
It got deflected in past Parker Milner. Now Leach, a one-timer. Score! Deflected in by Cam Askew. Now Chernichin, a look, a shot, save, rebound, score! Cam Askew again! Rays win the draw to restart play, and Joey Leach gets around his man. Gabriel, backhand shot was stopped, rebound, score! Tad Cozen,
yeah.
That's going to get credit for it, although Patrick Gall was right in front. South Carolina 4, Atlanta 3. Make that 8 wins in a row for South Carolina on this Atlanta team. And they pick up 2 points tonight in come-from-behind fashion.
That wraps up another edition of ECHL Week from Toledo, Ohio. Thanks for watching. We'll return to Toledo in January for the ECHL's annual All-Star Classic and the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We'll have more details about that later on. Until we return with our next ECHL Week show on December 28th, make sure to follow us on all our social media channels. You'll keep up to date on everything that's going on throughout the ECHL. Happy holidays. See you next time.